What's up, team? If you guys saw our last video on shotguns featuring the beloved FD12 by Black Aces, it's a piece of shit, don't worry about it. But we asked if you guys wanted to see in a video on the M3, and you said yes, so here it is. Here's the M3. So we took the liberty of testing the M3, the Benelli M4, Mossberg 930SPX, right?
Yep, and then
the
Beretta 1301 Tactical. So these are pretty common out there, pretty well known. Mm-hmm. I know this Mossberg, everyone touts that it's one of the few semi-automatic shotguns that can reliably shoot birdshot. So. All right, so that was.
It's after what, three
rounds. We don't want to make this video super long, but we did take it out, shot a whole bunch of different rounds, birdshot of various brands and loads, buckshot, and then slug through that. But we'll start with the M4 first. So my lovely model here, if you want to pick it up.
Let's check it out. This is your current duty shotgun, yeah?
This is my current duty shotgun. It's a Benelli M4.
Look at that.
There's nothing. It hasn't been modified or anything. I have a GG&G charging handle, Aimpoint Comp M5S. That just means the battery compartment's on the bottom versus the regular Comp M5 where the battery compartment's on top. And then I have a Mesa Tactical stock with the cheek riser just because I'm using the optics. I do run slug out of this thing quite a bit, and part of our recertification for slug is we have to shoot at 50 and sometimes 75 yards. So that's why we have optics on the shotgun. What did you think about shooting it?
I enjoyed it. I haven't shot too much shotgun in my day. I know you're kind of the shotgun master around these parts. But I mean, I thought the M4 was a pretty good shotgun. It fed, if I recall correctly, it fed birdshot fairly reliably.
Yeah, it was kind of on and off. I mean, we took a bunch of notes on it. I would say, like, you can go through, like, 5-6 tubes of birdshot, and you're like, oh, it works great. And then you'll be on the, you load it again, and you're like, oh, it's not working. But it's definitely made as a duty or combat type of shotgun, so you're not gonna. It's not really made for shooting birdshot. So if it doesn't work, I won't fault it. But no, it doesn't reliably shoot birdshot.
All right, maybe not. Maybe I spoke too soon.
Yeah. So it doesn't. But I mean, it shoots soft. Cycle rate is a bit slow. I mean, you can definitely feel the bolt running back and forth. But I mean, what do you think about the trigger? Well, let's say that we'll compare all the trigger. Yeah. But ergonomics wise, dude, I don't know what it is with these Italian shotguns, but do Italians have like long arms?
Not that I know of.
Yeah.
Let us know in the comments.
Yeah, because like some Asians like have long torsos, like
yeah,
legs and stuff like that. I don't know, because dude, all these like Italian shotguns, when you get it, the stocks that come from like Benelli and Beretta, dude, the length of pole is like huge. Like it's so long. I'm like, what the heck? Are these Italians like that much bigger? I mean,
I don't know.
I'm average height at 6 feet, but dude,
5'9" is the average height in America.
Okay, I'm a little bit above average, but I just think I'm average, right? But still, like, dude, I had to go with these Mesa Tactical stocks just because they're just shorter, So that's a Benelli M4. Then we took out one of my favorites, the Benelli M3, and this is what you guys were asking for. But the Benelli M3 is cool, okay, in that, by the way, we did clear all these shotguns for you, like, safety freaks out there.
There's always one, man.
There's always one.
Always one. I don't know why.
Okay. But the cool thing about the Benelli M3 is that it's a convertible. So you can shoot this in semi-automatic mode and also as a pump shotgun. So if I'm here shooting semi-auto and I want to switch to a different type of load or something, there's a toggle here where I'm just going to turn it, and then this gun turns into a pump action, which is super cool, right? So it's really that quick. But as far as shooting this, I personally think that these two shot similar.
Yeah, I think the triggers are also pretty similar too.
Yeah, it's not that great.
That's all right.
But,
It's a shotgun, it happens.
yeah, the safety on the M4 is better though. So the safety has you see this large
more
pad
surface
right
area.
here, yeah, and then this tiny little one. This is more in line with like the Remington 870.
Yeah. Also, the bolt release is pretty different on these ones. Is this aftermarket or is that what it comes with?
That is aftermarket.
Okay.
Okay, so that's a GG&G one. I didn't put it on this one, so if you guys see, it's a tiny little button right here, right?
Compared to that nice,
Big
large,
fat
big
pad.
pad there. A lot of surface
Yeah.
area.
Even the Mossberg one is larger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just so small in that one. Like if you hit it, you do.
Yeah, and then for it to be a combat fighting type of shotgun, and they made it that small, kind of like Benelli. What do you think?
Yeah, it could have been better.
You know, because I know like a lot of our military units still use the M4, and then if guys are wearing gloves and stuff like that, it's gonna be hard to press that.
You know, didn't you have an issue with the follower on the M4?
Yes. So the follower had an issue here because I had my duty buckshot in there, which is Federal Tactical. It was a 900 buck. So it has like these little grains. It looks like sand, and it's in there to pack in the pellets and stuff like that. Sometimes they find its way out of the shell, and it got caught in between the magazine tube and the follower and stopped working. That was very
Yeah, it just
frustrating.
froze in place.
Yeah, it just froze in place. We had to completely strip the gun and then use a rod and kind of like push that thing out. But once we cleaned it, and you could see those little grains, like once we cleared that out, it worked fine. So that's definitely something to be aware of if you're carrying this gun with buckshot. Because those things, I find them everywhere. It's like in my shotgun bag and everything. So those rounds, that's just the downside of it. What I started doing was, I don't have one here, but on the duty rounds, the buckshot, I end up just getting a thin layer of like hot glue, and then I just covered that up so that it wouldn't leak out.
That's smart.
Yeah,
Little seal.
Yeah, so a little
That's
seal.
cool.
That's about
You
it.
gotta do what you gotta do sometimes. I like
Yep, for sure.
Just make it work.
The 930 SPX, what'd you think about this one? That was cool.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I didn't like that my thumb kept getting caught in the carrier.
Yeah, this thing will I mean, it's sharp too. It's not smooth out.
One thing I do love about the Mossberg is, I'm a lefty, the secret's out. That's the way it is. But having the safety on top instead of right behind the trigger is huge just for ambidextrous purposes. And this is a plastic safety, right?
Yeah.
So I know it sticks sometimes. It's not ideal, maybe not the most resilient. There are metal versions out there. But just the fact that as a lefty, I can manipulate that safety pretty reliably, like that's great, man. I know they have conversions for a lot of shotguns. Like the 870's got a conversion for lefties out there, but I love that it comes standard like that.
Yeah.
That's great, for me personally.
I used to like this safety much better because you can manipulate it, especially without breaking your grip, like on these where you're kind of turning around and pushing it from the other side. But then when I started experiencing them getting stuck, that's when I was like, okay, maybe I don't like it that much.
And if you have a pistol grip, you have to break your grip anyways to manipulate that safety, so it's not ideal for that.
Yeah. But I mean, for the money, I mean, this thing is literally like a fraction of the cost of these three.
That's pretty cool. That's a big deal.
Yeah.
You can't discount that.
Yeah, no, you can't. And it already comes with a rail, which my M3 didn't. So my M3, you're gonna have to like send that out to get drilled and tapped and put a rail on there. But for the Mossberg, it comes with it. So I think that's a big plus.
I think this also has my favorite trigger of the four here.
Yes, this does have the cleanest trigger. Yeah,
Oof.
I mean it's a very
Lovely.
clean like break. Yeah, short reset and yep. I mean definitely. I think it's like it's not even the same leak. Yeah, I don't think it's even the same. Then we have the Beretta 1301 Tactical. This is probably the newest shotgun here. And this thing is just like feature packed from buying it, taking it out of the box. Like it's got like everything that I had to add onto these things, right? So it already comes with an oversized charging handle. This bolt release, it's a big giant little pad and it's kind of like elevated here, so it's very easy to manipulate. Um, the carrier here it still has that little like notch right here, but it's not as much as the Mossberg. So you're not going to chew up your thumb as much as you will on the Mossberg. It's got these quick detachment points for your sling. And then this stock actually came with the gun, which was kind of cool. I know that Beretta does sell them with it. And it already comes with a rail, so
Just ready to go, man.
yeah, it's ready to go. And the trigger's not bad. But I mean, there's so much creep, right? Yeah, there's so much creep on that trigger. Look at all that mush. Versus the Mossberg. But
Well, how do you think that trigger compares to the Benellis?
I think Benelli's still better than that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, feel it. It's just, this thing's so mushy. See all that creep?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
this is just a much cleaner brake, in my opinion.
Yeah, definitely. I think these two have pretty similar triggers. Even though they're
Yeah.
complete different operating systems, like it still feels pretty similar.
Yeah, you got this gas piston, and then this is just a blowback. But all right, so we took these out, shot them all. We did a bunch of drills with them, bill drills, shot them with birdshot, buckshot, slugs, and everything. If you were to rate these four, which one had the best trigger? I think we both agree.
We already talked about it. Mossberg.
Okay. Second, it's between second and third, but these two are pretty much similar. So it'd be number one is my pick for best trigger, the Mossberg. Then two, well, they're tied in my opinion, the M3 and the M4, and then last is just going to be the Beretta. What about you? Same?
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Okay.
It's pretty good. But the Beretta, it's so cool you get so many features right out of the bat. I mean,
It is.
You got to pay for it, but
Yeah. Man, if that
out
trigger
the box,
was like,
ready to go.
if this trigger was like the Mossberg, dude, it's gonna be hard to beat, man.
Yeah.
Very, very hard to beat. Shooting wise, though, like, which one was the best shooting?
I think I enjoyed shooting the Benellis more.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this gun is, the Mossberg is not as robust as these three shotguns, and so you definitely feel it's almost like it's kind of like light and flimsy. I mean, it's this. I think this shotgun was like $500-600. It's like literally less than half the cost of these. But I just think that the refinement of these other guns, like you can definitely tell in the shooting. That's my opinion. I don't know what you think. But shooting wise, I would say like the smoothest is and softest shooting would probably be the M4 for me. Followed by the M3, then the Beretta, and then the Mossberg.
Sounds pretty good. But we can't discount the fact that the M3 has a huge advantage.
Yes.
For one reason. They can switch between pump and semi.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I mean, as far as reliability goes, that just kind of like, it's a step above the rest.
Yeah. You got the advantage of going semi-auto, and then if you have to switch to a light load or for whatever reason your gun doesn't want to cycle, you can easily, switch to pump mode and you're good.
Just super cool to have that option.
So shooting-wise, what would you pick? I told you my pick.
I just think the M3 is cool, man. Like.
So it's still your top pick?
Yeah, I just like it. It's
What's
just
your
a cool
second?
Shotgun. Second, probably the Mossberg, just because I like that safety. It's just a lefty thing.
So for you,
It just comes down to ergonomics.
1, 2, and then what's your third?
And then I'll go 3, 4.
Okay. Which is weird because this thing is so feature packed, but I still enjoyed shooting the other ones better, which is kind of weird. Ergonomics. I would say if this, for me, if the Mossberg safety works all the time and it doesn't get hung up, I would say this is still the best type of safety. especially for using the shotgun outside of a pistol grip configuration. But ergonomics wise, outside of the safety, man, the Beretta is just...
It just feels good in the hand.
Yeah, the Beretta just got this oversized safety right here. That thing is huge,
nice.
man. Yeah, that thing's bigger than this one. But ergonomics wise, I would say Beretta, then these two are tied because they're basically the same gun, but different operating systems than the Mossberg. But for you, you're going to pick that first because...
Yeah, maybe. It's not even fair to compare that with like the traditional like rifle style grip versus the pistol grips on these ones, you know?
Yeah.
That would definitely change my answer a little bit. But as it is, I love that safety. That's like just purely a lefty thing. Can't live without it.
So number one, what's your 2, 3, 4?
Number 2. Probably the Beretta's number 2. I like the bolt release on it. And that big oversized safety is super nice. If you're shooting it, with your proper right hand.
You can easily push this with gloves on. Like, look at how big the safety is.
Well, it's like a good natural position to have positive safety control.
Yeah, so it's just right here. So, nice big safety. But, yeah, it's... Your finger's going to be here anyway, so it's just touching that. Yeah. So
and then, like you said, these two are pretty similar. I mean, it's nice that this one has the aftermarket release on it, but that button is disappointingly small.
And that's how this one was. And me using it on patrol, dude, I had to change that. But yeah, let's talk about reliability. I think for shooting like buckshot or slugs, any type of duty rounds, they all work great for the most part. But if you were to shoot like light loads, birdshot and everything, I don't know why everyone tells me that this thing could shoot birdshot without any issues, and we didn't see that. I mean, it'll run, but every like 6-7 rounds, like it's jamming up just like anything else. So reliability wise, like when it comes to like shooting different type of rounds, this thing, you can't beat it. Because if it's not cycling, you just literally turn that front toggle and
problem solved.
Problem solved. Yeah, then you're in pump action mode. But as far as everything else, like these all, I wouldn't say there's one that's better than the other one as far as shooting like birdshot and light loads. Because they're all like, we would go through like 10-15 rounds, we're like, oh, this one's good, and then next thing you know, it's jamming up, and then vice versa with all the other ones. But you know what? Okay, so if everything hits the fan, I mean, it hit the fan, it's like splattered all over the place. Which one would you pick? Like the end of times apocalypse?
I'm taking the M3. Because of that added reliability we're talking about. You know, one thing with the 930, I get like accidents happen, but when I was firing it, I saw the extractor just like
that is true.
spit out across
this
my
thing
face.
Broke, and it doesn't have that many rounds on it. Although it's an old shotgun, like I've had this for years, it doesn't have that many rounds on it. But we were shooting slugs through it.
Yeah, we're doing an accuracy test.
We were doing
Which they were all pretty accurate.
Yeah, they were all accurate. Oh, yeah, from 50 yards.
We're center mass 50 yards on the cardiac box.
But yeah, this thing did break, so it's actually broken now. I had to order parts for it. Thank you, Midwest Gunworks. So they don't sponsor us or anything. I just really like.
But they could.
I just really, if you guys need parts, Midwest Gunworks, great. Like they've got like diagrams you can pick from and everything. And then if you're law enforcement, they give you a discount, which is even more awesome. But I mean, I've picked up all kinds of spare parts from there, so check them out, guys. But yeah, this thing broke. Kind of weird. And it's not that it broke. It's just that retaining pin and the spring, it just like flew out, and then so the extractor came out, which is really
even weirder, I think.
Yeah, because there's nothing actually broke, which is funny. It just came
like
apart.
Fell apart.
Yeah. So
reliability, like, could be some issues there, but again, it's an old shotgun.
Yeah, I mean, if I had to pick from, like, if it's like the apocalypse, and I had to pick one shotgun, man, I would probably pick my 870.
Oh, switching it up.
Yeah, I mean, okay, if I had to pick one from here, it's definitely the M3, just for that the reason of you being able to have the option of going pump or semi-automatic. But man, that 870, before I switched to the M4, that was my duty shotgun, and that thing is just a workhorse. And it's not the regular 870, it's the 870 Police Magnum. And that thing just runs and runs, and I think even though it doesn't shoot auto, ergonomics wise, like I can just load that thing much faster than these guns, and I can do manipulations. I can do I can run like chamber loads and all these different things just so much faster and efficient. The only downside is it is pump action only. So if you're like just doing a consecutive string of fire, then obviously these are going to be faster. But outside of that, man, it's been reliable, 100%. It runs. I mean, it's built like a tank. But remember, it's different from the regular 870s out there. I don't know if they want to see us. If you guys want to see a comparison between the 870 Police Magnum versus the 870 Tactical and the 870 Express, let us know. I don't mind taking those out and doing a comparison video for you guys. But anything? No. You would pick the Black Aces. I know you.
Black Aces F12, baby. I don't know. Space shotgun.
Yeah. That thing is so dumb.
So fucking stupid, dude.
But this is the M3. We wanted to do a review on it, but comparing to all these other shotguns, that I would take this. And if I had a choice, I would run this on duty, right? Just for the options. But maybe I'll send that out to get a rail put on it. I don't know. I think it'll be a good idea so I can get an optic on it. But these guns are all accurate. At 50 yards, we're shooting slug through it, and they're just hitting center mass all day long. Okay, so it's just going to come down to what your skills are. But thanks for watching, guys.